tonight or for
Yeah,
next
for
Sunday?
tonight, yeah, do you have one for tonight? Just, who's your pianist there?
Pam Jones.
Okay,
You going to set it up or Monica?
yeah.
I mean, Lavanda.
Yeah.
I know Lavanda.
Now, Lavanda, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
she's out this week. She
Yeah,
usually,
yeah,
yes, ma'am.
yeah.
But
Kinda
it's
switch
next,
off,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am, it's next
Next
Sunday.
week, okay, well, I got it mixed up.
That-
Thank
will you come back
okay?
next
I
Sunday?
will, I
Now,
will.
you
okay.
can stay today if you
I know I
want.
can,
You
I
can
know.
say tonight,
Yeah.
we'd be happy to have you
Oh,
tonight.
right.
But you can come back for sure next week.
Well, yes, I will,
All
okay,
right,
thank you.
thank
Uh-huh.
you.
You know who that is?
Then she went to line for tonight, and I'm like,
Max and Robert Paxton's
oh,
sister. And she is a
she knows the Lavanda, and I said, who's your pianist? I said, Joan. Well, what about Lavanda? What if you knew who we had? Why did you ask me? Then she wanted to line up for tonight, and I was like, Brother Matthew, I mean, I don't know whatever she wanted to line up for.
she's funny.
I don't guess she liked our lineup.
She was one of my customers. Interesting.
So I guess she's seen it advertised or something. Maybe Lavanda had one. I don't know, but, she didn't like to line up for tonight. She said, come back next week. I'm like, how are you? All right.
Well, hello, Heather. How are you? How about you? Good. Good. Well, how are things going?
They're going, just, same old, same old.
Oh. You go. Can't be too stuff. Oh, glad you did it well.
I'm glad spring is here.
Oh.
Compared to Fort Myers, it's,
Hey, you gonna take it? Would it not be easier just to get a little weedy bag on it? She gonna wash it?
oh, no, Sam's, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, Elon, I'll get it.
Thursday, look back on Saturday. But it's full of Chinese, Japanese, whatever.
And the next thing you know, you just have bites.
You know when they're out. My hummingbird is back. Finally, I've been waiting. How fast all the leaves come back on the trees. It's always round, and my husband was all depressed when he's a Florida boy, so he's not used to all the
Somehow
leaves
put a
falling
trash
off
bag
the
over it.
trees.
She can take the whole thing down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can take the whole thing down. I like that. You can put a trash bag over,
You
take it
reminded
down,
me of the last
and you
year,
would have
reminded me
stuff
of the
on
last
it.
year, Waycross, gets him
Because
going.
it's kind of all the way up.
Down there, and he's a child.
Doesn't matter, it's where you're born.
So you put this logo on the beans.
No, he was born in
Okay,
but he's done all.
that's true then, I guess he would be South Florida then, using
Yeah,
that
yeah,
logic.
yeah, he is.
But she said,
Roger, the kid used to pick cotton. Georgia. Black shear.
He doesn't like to claim it.
No,
You need a walker or crutches. You can do that too.
Macy's got some.
Macy's got one.
Macy's printed one of those big things.
Yes, ma'am. I am not.
It's only on the wrong.
You way in the red, right?
Oh, I'm just telling him that that's not the appropriate device to put a foot, but I'm just saying.
He's like, I'm just trying to make do with what I got right this second.
It's not helping anyway. Like, I think there's a walker back there. She said, I think they said that, up with the good, up with the good.
Hey, Rusty, just pull that down here and go from here.
Why can't you put that here? Yeah, well. Too quick, it will stick too long.
This is the whole
Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl.
Yes, sir.
You missed this day, I tried something new for you.
What'd you do?
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. One reason didn't come, so we had time. If everyone would take a seat, we get started. Preacher, get your life under control. She ain't through yet. While Cheryl is finding her seat, let's turn to 522. Good to see everybody here tonight. I'd like to tell you, my training group was in a field trial this weekend. They went 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They claimed that they saved one for me, but I wasn't there, so that's something we don't hardly ever do, but we've been pretty good this year. God's blessed us on that. But they know I'm not going to be there too many Sundays, so I don't do that unless I just have to. But I was proud of them. Anybody got any prayer requests or announcements that you'd like to make? Remember, we've got 2 good Sundays coming up. The next 2 Sundays, we're going to have something special for this church, and I hope everybody supports it. Invite people for especially next Sunday night. Let's show these people that we support them and their ministry. Of all the groups, we've had a lot of good groups here, a lot of great groups here, but I think this is one of the most professional groups that we've ever had, if not the most professional group. And I think they really appreciate it. A lady over equipment is one who heads that for them and coordinates some of their visits or their agenda while they are in the United States. And she contacted all the way to Carrion and carried him in, me back to Carrion and her back down, and so we finally got it together so they would be here. And they had 2 dates, next Sunday or homecoming Sunday. We said that's out, so we'll take next Sunday. And so it worked out real good. And so just invite everybody you can and let them know that what's going on with Pine Hill. Anybody else got anything to say? Yep.
So there's a Turning Point event at Georgia this week on Tuesday. Lauren is working at it, so
Be in prayer for
Pray
that.
for safety.
I'm sorry, I think Turning Point USA.
Yes.
event at
Oh, they're
Georgia
gonna be at.
Tuesday night, and Lauren gets to work at it. JD Vance will be
Wow.
there, and just pray for kids.
Yeah.
Safety and just hopefully really good testimony being shared. She's excited.
And just to let y'all know, our homecoming meal is probably gonna be pork loin, fried chicken, and ribs. So, we'll try to work on that. All right, let's take our hymn books down, turn to 572. 572.
I do feel like a king sitting in this chair right here. Do me a favor, since we're going to be sort of discussion-based tonight, I can't hear Darren and Beyond back there. If the back three pews would move forward, that would help me. Please. Blame it on my hearing.
Oh, Miss Betty said no.
I appreciate that.
Can I come sit with y'all so I can hear?
that too.
It's better hearing on that side than it is on this side. That side's better than this side.
Well, let's look again tonight briefly at Mark chapter 3. Starting in verse 7, we'll read through 12 again. Mark 3, 7 through 12. Jesus went out to the lake with his disciples, and a large crowd followed him. They came from all over, Galilee, Judea, Jerusalem, Idumea, east of the Jordan River, even from as far north as Tyre and Sidon. The news about his miracles had spread far and wide, and vast numbers of people came to see him. Jesus instructed his disciples to have a boat ready so the crowd would not crush him. He had healed many people that day, so all the sick people eagerly pushed forward to touch him. And whenever those possessed by evil spirits caught sight of him, the spirits would throw them to the ground in front of him, shrieking, "You are the Son of God." But Jesus sternly commanded the spirits not to reveal who he was. So we started this morning looking at Christ coming into a new phase of his ministry. Up until this point, it needed just a simple structure. It was focused on Jesus himself, but it is expansive to the point that the structure has to change in order to sustain the expansion of the ministry. And churches come to that point as well. We looked at several key ideas of how to keep up with the expansion of the ministry as a church. We looked first of all at buffering ourselves from those people around us who create what? Stress. Do you happen to have anybody in your life that is stressful? Don't call a name out. So we buffer ourselves in a simple kind of way that Jesus did. He walked away. He went to the lake with his disciples. I love it. It's a simple solution. Don't feel like you have to bear up under stress and just keep butting your head against it. Sometimes the best thing to do is retreat from it. Walk away. Go to your what?
Happy place.
Your happy place. With who?
Those who love you.
People that love you and you love them. Take a retreat. Wonderful thing to do. The second was to let Christ in you attract many followers. Jesus was so attractive. Maybe not in physical appearance. He was just a normal human being, but in his personality and in his genuine love and care for people and his power and desire to use his power for truth and for justice and for blessing people. And we want to be attractive like Jesus as a church. Then we look third at not letting the increasing crowd crush us. In verse 9, Jesus instructed his disciples to have a boat ready so the crowd would not crush him. So the boat was to create space in between him and this ever-growing mob of people that had their own agenda for Jesus' ministry, and that was, touch me, heal me. Jesus went with that long enough to create interest in a lot of people of him, his ministry, who he was, and what was he about. And then he pushed away from that, created space to where people could not touch him. And he reestablished the priority that he was here to save the lost people, people lost in sin, to bring spiritual salvation to the soul. He used healings as a method towards salvation. So when he says he talked to his disciples, it's an indication to us that when we're being potentially looking at the crowd that's increasing, crushing us, we need to have a small group on that task, a crowd crush task force. So we'll look at that a little bit more in depth in just a second here. And then Jesus got out in the boat, symbolic of a church creating the space that we need to be able to do ministry, according to the priorities that God has set for us instead of the crush of the crowd. Create space. And we looked at that rule of thumb that 80% of maximum capacity is what a church can handle space-wise. And then the resetting of priorities. He got out in that boat, and we're going to see in the next chapters that he started teaching and preaching and talking about the what of God? Starts with the K? Kingdom of God. He was resetting the ministry's agenda, setting the priority, and not allowing the crush of the crowd to set the priority. And now we come to number 4 tonight. We'll look at number 4, and then we'll have some discussion time, and Lord willing, next Sunday morning we'll do number 5, 6, and 7, and go from there. So number 4, let God's power flow through you to bless others. Amazing to me that Jesus healed, it says in verse 10, all the sick. We tend to teach, if you don't have the faith that it takes, God's not going to heal you. God heals those who have faith, and the reason why you're not healed is you don't have what? Faith. Is that what Jesus did? Not at all. Did he scrutinize people before he healed them? Not at all. All you had to do was touch Jesus, and power went out from him that healed you. He just wanted to bless people, and so he healed all the sick, not just those that came to him for saving faith, not just people who were repentant of sin, but his purpose was to reveal himself as the powerful one true God that could bring wholeness to the person in their entire being. His power, so strong, it was instant healing. Now, you and I can go to the emergency room at Archbold Hospital at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night with a big cut in your foot, and we can get help with the process toward healing. But trust me, it is not instant. What Jesus did for people, and I'm certainly willing and eager for him to do it, instant healing, incredible. And then in verses 11 and 12, we see that it's not just healing of the body, but it's healing of the mind, the spirit, the soul. People that we would consider having complex personality disorders, mental illnesses, behaviorally disturbed, crazy. He healed these people, demon-possessed people. I read so many commentaries that say that demons were prevalent back then. Well, that's true, but it makes it sound like they're not prevalent today, Rodney. They're everywhere around. And you've seen enough tragic accidents to know that was not an act of God. That was an act of somebody else, the destroyer, who came, just as Jesus came to give life and to give it more abundantly. Satan is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And he's got demons all over the place doing his work, and a lot of them are disguised as angels of light. So attractive. 2 Corinthians 11:14 on that if you want to check it out. But these powerful demons before Jesus lose all their power. They have no choice but to make a confession of who Jesus is. The most vicious enemies of Christ are compelled to submit to his command. So Jesus let the power of the Father flow through him to bless others. He blessed the sick with healing. He blessed the demon-possessed with deliverance from evil. And he blesses those who are sin-sick with salvation. May Pine Hill Baptist Church be a people of God where it's obvious that the power of God is flowing through us to bless all other kinds of people, all kinds of people. Now, I know it's messy, it's stressful, it's difficult. But God puts difficult, stressful, messy people in the lives of his people for a reason. They need the Lord. And we need to be outward focused enough to care and bless difficult, stressful, messy people. Let's bless them. Let's quit evaluating them and decide whether they're worthy of us or not. Goodness, what if God did that to us? None of us worthy. Well, 5, 6, and 7, Lord willing, for next Sunday, let's discuss a lot of what we have talked about today. All right, on the next slide, I think it is, 85% of churches are in decline, once growing. If I had to do this over, I would retype it to say, but we assumed we didn't have to expand the leader base, the facilities, or structure to keep growing. And Jesus knows differently. Let's follow him. So, playing devil's advocate here. But Pastor, the way we're functioning now works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why should we upset the apple cart with new leaders? I see your face you're making there, Jackie. Talk to us.
How are you going to attract? I mean, you have to make changes to attract some of the people we want to attract.
Mm-hmm.
We have to move out of our seats.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of heads shake, yes. Why is that not easy for us?
Change is hard, but change is good.
Mm-hmm.
The tides at the sea happen for a reason. It's to bring freshness in. If the tides didn't happen, you'd have stagnant at your coastline, and it'd be stinky and nasty. So you need that change, that constant ebb and flow of fresh water in. So we need change.
Mm-hmm. What happens if there's no fresh water in? Becomes an alligator swamp.
Stinks.
It stinks, repels, doesn't attract.
Pastor, it's easier to stay in an old rut and keep running that same old circle than it is to get out of it. That's what's wrong. We have to climb out of that rut and venture out of our little comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
That, or you take down the sign over the door that says we're entering our mission field.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
We're
get-
entering our mission field, but are we doing anything when we're out there?
Mm-hmm. Well,
By the way, that sign is crooked. I need my OCD needs somebody to fix it.
what was it?
There is a sign outside the door that says, "You are entering your mission field."
Oh, really?
And Melanie said, "By the way, that sign is crooked."
Oh,
Somebody
I haven't noticed that sign.
I'll play the level with you. Oh, she notices it because I have to do this for you.
We're entering a straight
Your
mission
mark.
field.
You know, either I've gotten used to looking at that sign or it's not in a prominent location. How long has it been since you have noticed that sign? She noticed it was crooked.
It's crooked from the choir.
Well, Pastor, you talk about 80%, but we can always squeeze in a few more people. I mean, as long as there's room for me in my nice little country church, I'm happy. How about that? That's word for word, repeated. What do we say to that?
I'll disagree because if I go to a restaurant and it's really packed full, I generally won't go in. And I certainly will not stand at the door very long for a meal. I'm sorry. So if I'm going to come to a church, I would like to feel comfortable walking into it and have, all of us have our own space, comfort zone and space. And yes, we have to squeeze in that space a little bit, but
Yeah.
when you're a visitor,
So at that restaurant, there's a table for 8, and there are only 6 people sitting there, and the waitress says, would you mind sharing a table with these 2? You and Jerry can sit right here with them. How do you feel about that?
if I'm going out to a restaurant eating, if I'm going out for lunch uptown, I'll let the buddies know, everybody can come in if they're full and we got a table. But if I'm going to a restaurant to sit down and have a comfort meal, no, sir. I may do it one time, but I won't be back.
Yeah.
Talking about it goes to Pickle Patch on Thursday.
He don't care where he sits.
Only we can see it.
We've been church visitors before at other churches, as I know some people are, and it's, when you're looking for a church home, it's uncomfortable enough to go through the doors to somewhere you've never been before, to people that you really don't know, and then it's very concerning when you're trying to make sure you're not in somebody's seat, that you could find a spot as a family of 4, that we can all sit together. It's hard, and it's very uncomfortable in that situation. So I think we need to be very wary when families or people come in, that we shift ourselves accordingly. But the goal is that they would have a place to sit, that we wouldn't have to shift, that we could hopefully have a space that we could just leave open for them to be able to sit in.
But this morning, I was looking from back there, there was a lot of room there this morning where we could have tightened up some. I know we talked about the 18 inches, but there was people that could have smushed down, because we had some big pews and had 2 people on.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just, start filling from the outsides, and so when the visitors do come in, they can come down the aisle and sit down very easily. And I realize it might not be in their seats, but we can learn to move over.
Yeah.
And if you did that, and if your ushers in the back would seat the people, I think that would help as well.
Because you don't feel so lonely
Right,
walking
you
down the
walk
aisle
down,
with somebody
don't
helping you. Yeah.
Walk them to the end of the seat.
Yeah.
Well, the usher can ask people to slide
Yes,
in.
yes, if you wouldn't mind, don't leave it up to the visitor to ask them to move over.
Yeah. And
If
they're
the
not just
usher
standing
asks,
there
"Do you
looking
mind
like.
moving over so that I can see these people." And that would be a temporary kind, that would be something we could do now to make the people feel more welcome. And I think you need to move it from the center aisle over. Don't expect the people to walk down the side aisles. I would think if you brought them down the center, it would be better.
That's good. All right, next.
Somebody's talking over there.
Yeah, and that is another thing, the choir can stay.
People can stay in the choir.
Right.
As long as I sign straight, I'll stay there.
Oh, honey, it's that sign right there above the door.
Oh, that one right there.
Yeah, it's crooked.
See, I've never even noticed that. Wow, how did I miss it? Is it crooked?
It's right there where he walks out.
And I think
You are now entering your mission field.
You've never seen that before?
I don't know how I've missed it. Wow. Well, I'm going to start calling attention to it. There it is.
See, now that it's straight, you notice it.
Done a lot of studying on churches that can sustain continued growth and what they're doing. The largest churches think small. They are always developing new leaders for small groups and multiplying small groups. Here's a statement. Isn't the stability of the same groups and leaders better than the uncertainty of new people and groups?
You won't grow if you don't bring new people in.
And fresh ideas.
You won't grow if you don't bring new people in.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the risks?
Well, I think, when you talk about a healthy church, you're not talking just about seating capacity, because we could have a bunch of people, we have 500 people sit in church and not do anything.
That's
So,
right.
that's not what we want.
Mhm.
It's the balance between how do you get people in, but then are we cultivating, like you said, leaders, growth, so that we're doing things. And I think that's the other side is like, we're not just providing a comfortable seat to sit in.
Can you get that chair?
The opportunity to minister and to do things. And that's the balance, because anytime you look at ministry and you say,
Thank you.
just say the cost of a building is going to have a financial cost, and that can impact your ministry, which is the balance of being able to do outreach.
Mm-hmm.
So like you build a building and everybody's comfortable in their seat, and you limit your ministry.
Yes.
And so
That's
that's the balance,
Mhm.
is do we just create comfortable seats,
Mhm.
fill them up, or do we do ministry?
Mhm.
And that's been, to me, the help of Pine Hill Baptist Church is we've never backed off the ministry.
Mhm.
Because we don't have to, because we're financially blessed.
Mhm.
So there's always maintained the balance. And I know God will provide, but God also gives us intelligence to like use His money wisely.
Mhm.
And I never want to be in a position where we have the biggest building and the least ministry, because that's when you decline.
Mm-hmm.
People become discouraged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you build something and you have the same people working it and you exhaust your people.
Mhm.
And then you have this big building with no attendees, no workers, because you've exhausted
Your team.
going big, going better.
Mhm.
But you can't, you only can squeeze so much out of somebody.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I'm not saying that to oppose doing any type of building. We need
Mhm.
facilities.
Sure.
I'm just saying that just like we revive the facility, we need to revive the ministry efforts
Yes.
that go
Mhm.
along with it, or it's not gonna matter. So we talk about having a site prep team develop, the same thing needs to be happening with our outreach ministries.
Mhm.
That's right.
Not our in-reach.
Yes.
Our outreach ministries is what are we doing
Mhm.
there as a church congregation? So as the facility happens, this ministry is happening at the same point. So we
Yes.
balance the budget to make sure that both
Mm-hmm. We should not think if we build it, they'll come. We should help them come. And because we're helping them come and get plugged in and engaged in ministry and developing new Christ followers to become leaders who can develop other Christ followers, of course we've got to build, because all of this spiritual growth is happening in lives. And the resources to build come from the harvest. When you're harvest focused, you're reaping the harvest, the resources to keep planting more and have an even greater harvest are there out in the harvest. So whatever God leads us to do, if we focus on the harvest, He gives the resources to continue to sustain the growth. Okay, let's look at the next slide. What are your thoughts about Jesus having instructed His disciples to have a boat ready so the crowd would not crush Him, and the application of that being that we put a team together? And I like what Terry has suggested in an earlier discussion with the deacons about that team being called, Terry? Site Development Team. Mm-hmm.
And so is that separate from, like, we have a vision team?
Vision committee, is this separate? Why would we?
Let's have Terry speak to it, if you don't mind.
However the church wants to do this, that's up to the church. I mean, the way I look at the vision committee is you have a strategic plan. You know, all of your, many of your companies have strategic plans. Where do we want to be next year? What do we do? Why do we do what we do? And where do we want to be in 5 years, 10 years? To me, that's the vision committee.
The vision isn't the place, the
Yes,
vision is
vision.
the whole health of the organization.
Strategic planning, how we get from here to there. And if, you know, if the church votes to set up a team to look at site development, if they want to task it to the vision committee, to me, that's fine.
Okay, I see what you're saying, that what we're talking about, the site, is one of our strategic plans.
Right.
So
Yes.
we're, okay.
Yes,
I got it.
yeah.
So we're focusing
Okay,
on
I didn't
that
understand either.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
Got it.
if the church votes on this, and we're not in a business meeting, but if the church votes to set up a committee or a team, they look at the whole land, buildings, take everything into account, the numbers we have, who's coming to church in the morning, in the afternoons, evenings.